Hey kindergartners, Mr. Bell here. It's good to be back with you. Ready for your next project? Alright, let's go. In this next project, you're going to use what's called a semicircle, which is basically just half of a circle, isn't it? You know, if you drew a circle and divided it in half and took the top part off, then you'd have a semicircle. And you could turn that into all kinds of things. You can make it a mouth on a face. All kinds of things. Half of a moon. Alright, let's get started. This next project is called SemicircleCat. SemicircleCat. You're going to use a semicircle to make the head of a cat. Now you have two choices. You can use half of a sheet of paper, fold it, make it like a card. You could write a little note in here, or give it to somebody, or you can use a full sheet of paper. Your choice. There's more coloring to do if you use a full sheet of paper, of course. But I'm going to teach it to you using half of a sheet. Okay? Alright, here we go. Get your sheet of paper. Fold it in half. Match up those corners. And crease it. Turn it so the folded part's on top, because if you want to make this a card to give to somebody, you want to make sure that it opens from the bottom. Okay? Here you go. And then you will draw a semicircle at the bottom. Now you can draw it freehand, or you can get something circular and trace half of that circular object. Use it as a template or a bucket. Anything circular, food packaging, anything that's circular, and you just trace half of it. I'm going to trace it more over to the right hand side so I have room to put a tail over here. And that looks about halfway. And now I have a semicircle. It's a little light. Darken that up a little bit so you can see it better. Here we go. In the semicircle, it opens from the bottom. Alright, once you have that semicircle made, then I'm going to give this cat some ears. We'll draw a triangle shape on one side and a triangle shape on the other. Try to make them about the same size. If you want to add an extra triangle shape outside that one, you can. I usually do. But you don't have to. There we go. Then we're going to go down here and we're going to make the nose. I like to find the middle. Take your best guess and make like a letter V. Draw a line across the top, then you'll have an upside down triangle. Once you have that, you can work on your cat's eyes. You can use any shape you want, circle, oval, almond shape, any kind, triangle. It's really up to you what shape you want to make yours. I'm going to, let's see, okay, almond shape. And come over here and try to make your eyes the same size and the same shape so they look similar. And I'm going to put a little shape down the middle for my cat's eyes. And your cat can be mad or happy or sad. It all depends on what kind of eyebrows you put there. If you want your cat sad, you could put eyebrows like that. If your cat's happy, they might be shaped like this. Okay. If your cat was mad, they would be shaped like that, wouldn't they? I'm going to do a happy cat. Okay. There we go. And of course, some whiskers. Put some whiskers. I'm going to make them go past the side of the face. Make them nice and long. Just a little bit past the face. Use your holding hand to hold your paper down. And it's time for the tail. I'm going to have it go over the ear like this a little bit. It's up to you how long you want to make your tail. Tail sticking up there. And a moon. You could make a full moon if you want to. Or a half a moon. Semicircle moon. Or maybe you want to make a crescent moon, which would be shaped like this. So I need to get rid of this line in here from the semicircle. There we go. And there's a crescent moon way up in the sky. All right. Once you have this all drawn in pencil, then get a black marker and trace all of your lines. And trace them all black. Try your hardest to stay on the pencil lines. Even trace the moon. Get some nice black lines on there. Make it look like a coloring book page, sort of. If you go off the lines a little bit, that's okay. You can always come in later with your eraser and erase those bits. Or the pencil's still showing. And get this ear. And this semicircle, you really want to take your time tracing that semicircle. Do a little bit at a time. Little bit at a time. That'll make it look more semicircular. There we go. Get my eyebrows, eyes, nose. That point of that nose goes to the very bottom of the paper, doesn't it? See? We're not showing the mouth because the cat's peeking up. Peeking over something. Maybe the kitty cat heard a noise and decided to peek and look up, see what was going on. There we go. If you want your cat to look real pretty, you could add some eyelashes. Some shorter ones underneath. Taller ones up top. You could also add some stripes on the tail. Some little triangle shapes on there. Maybe some on the face. Put some in here. Cat has stripes. Alright, once you have that done, then you can start coloring in. Maybe you want to color your nose black. Maybe you want the stripes to be black. Maybe you want them a different color. You have to decide what color you want everything to be. I'm going to start coloring in my eyes, my nose, the little stripes that I put on there. You could use crayon or you could use marker to do this. Take your time. You might see me going kind of fast. I don't want to run out of time on the video. Okay. Then you have to decide what color you want your cat's face and ears to be. You could use yellow for the... I'm going to use crayon now. I don't want to use yellow marker in here. It'll smear. So you want to use crayon for the rest of your picture. I'm going to color in my moon. If you want to have stars in the sky, then you probably want to go ahead and draw those now and then color them in. Okay? If you don't, then leave it. Your inside of your ears. I could have made my nose pink. I could make the inside of the ears pink. I could have a red cat. I could have an orange cat. I could have a gray cat. It's really up to you what color you want to make your cat. You can make it blue if you want to. Okay? Your choice. So I'm going to make mine orange, and I'm going to have some pink inside the ears. I think I want to have some yellow in my eyes too. Make them look like they're glowing. And start coloring my cat. Be really careful around the eyes. You don't want to color on top of the eyes. In their tail. I'm going to make the tail match the face. So let's fast forward a little bit. See, I have this all colored in now. Okay, go get that moon. Okay, I'm starting to run low on time. So once you have your cat and your moon and your tail, everything all colored in, everything traced, then you want to think about what color you want the background to be, the sky. Okay, and I'm going to make my sky purple, but you can make yours blue. Use a really dark blue because it's nighttime, so like an indigo or a blue violet or a really dark blue or purple, or you can make your sky black. It's totally up to you. You start coloring around very carefully around your moon and your cat, all the way to the edges, both sides, in between the tail and the face, on the other side of the tail. All this is going to get colored in. All these parts that are still white, you're going to color in. When you finally have it all colored in, it'll look something like this. Purplish sky right before it turns really dark. Then you have yourself a nice card you can give to someone, or you can hang it up in your house, in your refrigerator, or in your room. And let me show you one that was done on a full sheet of paper. Remember I showed you this earlier. Before, if you work on a full sheet, then it'll be more like a poster. And I forgot a little part up here I noticed. See how I drew the circle with pencil, colored in yellow with crayon, and now I just have to go really carefully around it. This took me a long time to color all the black in here around these stars, but if you take your time, you can do a good job. There you go, a nighttime sky with stars. I made my moon orange. This cat looks kind of scary or mad. I did triangle eyes. A little bit different than I did this one. So you decide what kind of expression you want your cat to have, what kind of face, what kind of background you want to use, black versus purple. There's a red cat with gray in the nose and the ears. I have some little motion marks, like the cat's tail is moving. Okay? Alright. Well, you have fun with this. I can't wait to see your cats and what you come up with. Alright. Y'all have fun. Take care. Bye-bye.